Hey guys, TechTrainerJosh here, bringing you guys another video finally. This one once again relating to Windows 10, trying to give you guys the fastest experience possible to clean up your computer and just give you a snappy experience, less slowdowns, all that good stuff. So let's just jump right into it. And the first thing that you're going to do, very important, is going to be in Control Panel, and it is going to be to get rid of any programs that you do not need. That's what we call bloatware. You don't want it. It's extra. It takes up extra space and processing power. Maybe it's running in the background, maybe it's not. You don't want it on your computer. So you go to Control Panel, go to Programs as you saw over here, and see what you have. If there's anything on here that looks fishy, you don't want it on your computer, make sure that you have it uninstalled. If it's easier for you to see everything, go to maybe some large, extra large icons. You can see everything that's on your computer, and you can get rid of stuff that you don't need, that's taking up extra space and possibly slowing down your computer. You don't need it, you don't want it. That's the idea. Another thing to note here is to be careful with what you get rid of. You want to make sure that it's not from a company that has something built in your machine that, the software is actually working to help you. For example, down here, I have an NVIDIA graphics card, so I don't want to get rid of these drivers. Even though, they're there and they're extra programs, they are there to help me, among other programs like stuff from Microsoft and so on and so forth. So get rid of stuff that you don't need, but at the same time, be careful in what you actually do end up deleting. With that being said, we're going to move on to the next thing that I like to do as part of my cleaning to speed up my computer. And, this is really good to do every few months because a lot of stuff can happen in between, that period when you don't clean it. So the next thing that I like to do is use the program CCleaner. This is not sponsored by any program, any manufacturer or anything like that. That's not the case. You can see that I need an update here. I'm not going to do that, even though it's the best practice. This is just a tutorial video, and I don't want to waste any of your time more than I need to. So with that, you guys can get CCleaner. Just Google it, and I will leave the link for this down below if you guys just want to click that. And there you go. So just click download and install it. It should be really standard, nothing crazy, and just like any other program that you would install. So a few things that you will want to do include the cleaner and the registry cleaner. So the cleaner is going to run through it, and if you want, you can analyze it. It'll show you what it would do, but it doesn't actually get rid of anything. So as you can see, it gets rid of any extra files from Edge, Internet Explorer, your File Explorer, all this extra stuff. This will also empty your recycling bin, so it'll clean out room. The one big thing I would note with this is just that, the recycling bin. Make sure that there's nothing in there that you need before you actually do that. But when you are ready, just click Run Cleaner. It'll run through and maybe take a few minutes, maybe longer, maybe less. And then that is one big step. It'll get rid of a bunch of stuff that you don't need, and it will help speed up your computer. The next thing is also in CCleaner. As I said, it is going to be the registry cleaner. So let me give you guys an example of this, because this usually takes pretty quickly. You can see, I've seen some pretty bad ones working for other people. They've had like thousands of registry errors here. These are just extra files in your registry that you don't need. I actually have quite a bit here. I haven't done this in a little bit, so might be a nice idea to back up. I usually don't, because I've never had a problem with that. And you can say I have 184, so that's a good handful. So we're going to fix all of that, and that also really helps to just speed up the whole system and just make it a whole lot snappier. So CCleaner, it's a great program. I use it all the time on mine and other machines. Another one that you do want to download is Malwarebytes. In addition to any additional software that you have for antivirus, I like to use Malwarebytes. It's a great program. You can see I haven't actually scanned in a little bit of time with Malwarebytes, and I'm actually going to need to update this. Just all you have to do is update the database, and you should be all good to go to scan in just a moment. I'm not going to do the scan for you guys right now because it's pretty self-explanatory once you actually have it, and it does take quite a bit of time. So just make sure you update it and scan it, and then that'll go through your computer for any malicious software, any malicious programs or files, and anything that could harm your computer and or slow it down. So Malwarebytes, the at least trial part here that just is scanning and removing files, is free. You could just, once again, that is an easy Google search, Malwarebytes, and you should be able to download it from their site. I will link that down below for you guys as well. I'm a little slow right now. I'm downloading something else on Steam right now. So anyway, just free download there. I will link it to you guys in the description, and it's a great program to have. Definitely something you're going to want to do, like I said, every few months at least. If you can do it more frequently than that, that would be awesome. Monthly is great to just run through everything and make sure they are all good to go. Another program that I like to use is called AdwCleaner. It's a little bit of a weird name, but go into my PC cleanup folder. This is actually not a program that you install on your computer. It is just a local file. And let's see, so we're running an outdated version. I need to download the new one, but just for the purpose of this tutorial, once again, they're not gonna let me open it. Wow. So let me just download it now. They don't even let you open it. That's really good. We're gonna download that. I wasn't actually gonna use it, so make sure you are updated on any of these things before you actually do it. You don't want to, run antivirus that's out of date. And some of the stuff that you see in this video are out of date. That's just because I'm not going to take the time for every program to re-download it for you guys. That would be very time consuming, more than this already is. So anyway, download the program. You can get it from there, or you just Google AdwCleaner. I don't know why it's AdwCleaner, but there we go, AdwCleaner. And that is from the link where they sent me to, actually. So I'll send this to you guys in the description as well. And all you have to do is just run it. There we go. If you see the screen go black, that's just because the UAC, the box is coming up. It's like, oh, are you sure you want to do this? So just agree to the terms, and then it should pop up in just a minute. So all you have to do is just click scan, and the rest should be pretty easy. You should have to remove any things that picks up. So this removes any adware, adware is pretty much just extra software that may not be harmful necessarily, but it's in your face. It's trying to sell you something. It's very bloatware-y. It's kind of like in between the bloatware that we removed before and like malware that Malwarebytes removes. It's in that kind of gray area. So just scan. I guess I'll do that real quick here. It's gonna take a little bit of time, so I'll go back to that in a minute or so. And maybe we'll do it kind of quick. Huh. Well, either way, AdwCleaner is a great program for getting rid of any adware that's on your computer, and sometimes Malwarebytes does not pick it up. It's kind of a different kind of a virus, if you want to call it a virus. Any malicious software that's considered adware, this will pick up for you. So that'll finish up there. Another program that I use, I prefer a lot of the time to use third-party programs compared to the Windows options, but we'll get more into that in a moment. So I use Auslogics disk defrag. Here we go. So nice Google search. I will include this in the description for you guys. Now, this does look like their site, so I'll make sure. Yeah, this is it. I have their program installed. There is the built-in, wow, 92 gigs of space. CCleaner is CCleaner. What am I saying? CCleaner is picking up. Got a lot of stuff going on right now. I've been doing a lot of stuff in After Effects, which have humongous files. So, anyway, that's CCleaner. That is separate from this. Auslogics is a great program for disk defragging. Now, you can use the one built in with Windows, however, this is the one that I've gotten accustomed to, and it works great, and it has some SSD optimization. So, for your hard drive, if you have a hard drive, just click on that and click defrag. It'll take some time, and it should take care of that nicely for you. And then if you do have a solid-state drive, as you may know, you can't defrag solid-state drives. If you do, you're going to really just fuck with it. You're not supposed to do that. So, if you do have a solid state drive, you can just drop this down there and just click optimize SSD. So this is going to use something different than just the normal defragging process. It actually uses some algorithm that they're showing here, but it's going to work a lot better. I mean, if you use the normal defrag, you're going to actually lower the performance of your SSD. It's not good for it. It's not good for it. So anyway, make sure that you defrag your hard drives and optimize your solid state drives using this program. It's free, it's easy to use, and I've always loved it. So make sure you get the latest versions. You can see some of my stuff's out of date. I haven't actually cleaned my computer in a good month or so. So either way, that's Auslogics. Very good program. Let's see what we have with the AdwCleaner. So that only picked up green tree applications. I don't even know what that is. So you can see that picked that up for me. And then very easy, you just clean it. So programs will be closed. Nah, we're good. Don't want to close my recording software. So you guys will just click clean and you'll be all good. So I'll do that after this recording. But that is that. So those are some very good programs. Now we're going to go into some more stuff with built into Windows. So we're going to do a check disk. Check disk is used to check the integrity of some system files that are on your drive. So pretty much what that means is more files that are kind of not in your view but are important to how the computer actually runs. So what you have to do, as you saw what I just did, click on a disk. Now you can do this for any of your drives that you have. Just right click it, go to properties, go to tools, and then for error checking just click check, and then you could do scan drive. I'm not going to do that right now. A lot of these things, like I said, they take some time, so I'm not going to do the whole thing, trying to save as much time as I can, because this is already a longer video. So scan the drive, and usually you don't really find much on there, but in some oddball cases you will find some problems, and you'd rather be safe than sorry. You'd rather do it than not do it if you're going to be doing a whole cleaning of your computer. Another good action to take, you can go to right click the start button there, and then just go to command prompt admin. So we're going to run a command prompt as an administrator here, and you're going to run a command that is going to check your operating system files. Now this, well, I don't know if you heard that, my dog just went crazy for a second. Alright, so just type in sfc/scan now. So that stands for system file checker. And then you just press enter, and then it's going to scan your operating system to check for any files that aren't in place. They're not whatever the word is. They're not good, or whatever. They're not I can't think of the word. I'm drawing a blank. Well, either way, run that and it's good. It will help you, and sometimes it won't be able to fix the problem. If you are having trouble with that, then you could reboot the computer in safe mode. And you could do a Google search on how to do that. That's not too complicated. And once you boot into safe mode, you could do this again, and it should be able to fix whatever problem if it does pick something up. So hopefully it can fix it on the fly. If it doesn't, then you could always reboot it into safe mode, or if it still doesn't fix it, you might have to reinstall Windows, and that may be what's causing some of your slowness. So with that, that's the SFC scan now. In addition to that, another thing that's actually really important, go right click to Task Manager and go to Startup. These will show all of the startup items, or at least the potential startup items for your computer. Now, if you've never touched this before, then there's a lot of stuff that may automatically start up when your computer starts. So you have a lot of stuff running in the background, and one classic example is Skype. Skype I have disabled. It doesn't really show any startup impact, doesn't have any idea. But Skype is a program that, it could slow down your computer at the beginning when it boots up. If it's easier for you to just have that boot with the whole computer, yeah, you could do that, but sometimes it's not worth it. So if you see that there's some stuff on here that is enabled and you think shouldn't be enabled, like there's some stuff on here that you should have, but there's other things like CCleaner. CCleaner is a great program, but I don't want it booting every time. I don't want it loading up every time that I boot up Windows. It's not worth that. It's not worth that to me. Same thing with Skype, same thing with Spotify, same thing with some other things. There's some things like the Lightshot here. Lightshot is my screenshotting tool. I always want that to be on, but there's some things that I don't need and I don't want to have boot every time. So startup items are really easy to just kind of get carried away with, and it's really easy to just fix it. So let's say I don't want Skype. Let's say I do want it actually. We could enable it. Now you can see it's enabled there. And we could disable it. So that's just in the corner there. Very easy to do, and it's very helpful. So anyway, last thing that we have here, actually have a couple things. We are going to go to right click here, go to the system option, and go to change settings, and go to advanced, and under performance go to settings, and under visual effects, this is a personal preference, so I have it to let Windows choose what's best. If you are really having some problems with your computer, you may need to reinstall Windows, but something worth trying is to change to adjust for best performance. So things won't look as crisp. There's going to be small little features in the interface on the computer that aren't going to be the best, but if you just want Windows to be at its core, in terms of these options, then you could do adjust for best performance. You can see that almost everything is checked off for me. If I do best appearance, that'll just check off those few things. Best performance will uncheck everything, or you could go custom. Personally, I choose this, but if you really want to, if you're having problems to an extent where it's just you're getting lag still on your computer, it's not good, you could always adjust for best performance. So I'm just gonna click cancel. I didn't really do any changes there. Something else that you could change, not always something that works for me, like I've never really had a problem with this, but under settings, actually, we go back to there. If we go to advanced, you can change your virtual memory. If you want to know what that is a little bit more, you want to know how to do it specifically, what a little bit more best practices are, I do have a video on that, and you could do that, and that could potentially help speed up your computer. Usually doesn't make the hugest difference for me, but can't hurt to try. So with that, the only other thing that I really do have to add to that, actually let's check the SFC now, so that's still going, but the only other thing that I have to add to this, actually I'll say two things. So first of all is physically cleaning the computer. Now, if you have dust filters on your computer, of course, it's a good idea to take out the dust filters, clean them out. And another really good best practice is to get compressed air. Actually, while I have the screen recording up, I'll go compressed air. So compressed air is not too expensive. If you really want to just have the best of the best with your computer, you don't want overheating or anything like that, you could always get compressed air on like Amazon, or I don't know where else you get. I just get mine off of Amazon. Just get like a 5-pack or whatever, a 4-pack, and that'll last me for a little bit of time. But if you really want to go all out, you can get one of these dust offs or blow off, whatever it is that you may want to get, and you just, you know, stick a little nozzle, whatever, on, and then you just blow out your computer. You know, you do some quick spritz on it, and it'll just blow out any extra dust. It's really easy. I know if you guys know Kerry Holzman, he's another tech YouTuber. He uses a lawnmower. Not lawnmower, what am I saying? Leaf blower. Fucking lawnmower, gonna run over the computer. No, don't use a lawnmower. If you do that, I did not advise you to. And yes, use a leaf blower if you want to follow his, you know, best practices. Personally, I prefer the dust off, but I've seen him do that. I've seen other things. Don't use a vacuum cleaner. Vacuum cleaner is bad because you build up static in your computer, and you don't want to do that. So dust off is a good bet if you really want to go all out and just go above and beyond, and you know, you want to have that enthusiast level cleaning, if you will. You could do that. And I mean, that's the important stuff. And the other thing that I did want to add is, I mean, if you really do want to and you want to invest in better hardware to make your computer run faster, of course you could get a better CPU on somewhere like Newegg or NCIX or Amazon or wherever, and you can, you know, upgrade. Let's say you have 4 gigs of RAM and you want to upgrade to 8, but that's a little bit more advanced for some people, and sometimes you just want to follow a video like this where it's just, okay, you download this program, that program, type this in, type that in, and you could, you know, have just an overall snappier, you know, experience on your computer. So anyway, that is about that. And I guess another quick little bit, stuff's just coming into my head now. Make sure you stay updated on just your Windows updates. Not a bad idea to keep updates. Sometimes updates can fuck things up, but they can also fix things and give you an overall, you know, better experience. So just check for updates. Not Discord. Why did Discord just fucking pop up? So check for updates. There we go. Updates are good to check for every now and then. They usually get rolled out automatically, but that's always a good thing. And depending on whatever, you know, team you are, if you're green team, red team, if you're NVIDIA or AMD, always keep updated on your drivers, which usually will get a notification for it. So right now I have GeForce Experience for my graphics card. Stay updated on your graphics drivers, and then, you know, you'll be able to have the fastest experience possible in terms of gaming as well. So anyway, this was definitely a longer video, probably the longest on this channel, but I want to include as much as I could to help you guys, and I even cut out a lot in terms of the actual, you know, sitting and waiting for everything to finish kind of a thing. But that's everything that I really do to clean my computer, you know, on the outside and in, to just give it the best potential possible to just give me a good experience, you know. Either way, with that being said, if you guys did enjoy, of course, hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. And, you know, yeah, that's about that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until the next video, I'm out. Peace.